Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and my question of today is very simple. Do you think XRP can ever go back to the top 2 position on the coin market cap? Just put yes or no in the comment section down below, and by doing that, you're also automatically entering yourself into our $50 crypto giveaway. Because all you have to do for that one is make sure you press the like button, are subscribed, and comment something down below. It's that simple, doesn't cost you anything, and if we hit 1,500 likes, we are announcing the winner live. Alright, and then today I want to talk a little bit more about trading because I just took a couple of trades and I want to tell you guys a little bit about what I have been doing, what I've been thinking, so you can hopefully replicate this for yourself. Not financial advice, but I'm trying to help people, right? So that is what I'm going to try to do here. Alright, so what has happened here? What has happened? What am I doing? So in the last couple of hours, I've actually taken 2 trades, which is kind of contra to my style, but I'll explain a little bit of what I've been doing. And the trade just closed like a minute and a half ago or so, which is why I think it's very fresh in my memory, so I can explain it properly to you guys. So what has happened? About a day and a half ago or so, I told you guys about our new barrier for Bitcoin. It was around the 15th, so it's already 2 days ago right now, which was right here, all right? You see the orange line, we talked about that as being a barrier for the Bitcoin price. We also talked about a minimum, but we never even got close to there, so disregard that for right now. What we did though is we tested it 1, 2, 3 times, and from this point on forward, what kind of went on in my head was, okay, if we breach and we breach with severity, which we talked about a couple of times before, it is basically just a move with determination, which is a confirming candle afterwards, I'll most likely buy in and try a long. Why? Just because it has a very high percentage of winning. So I'll give you guys a little bit of backstory in just a second, but so I went to do 2 things, right? One is I opened up 2 small positions. I opened up longs right as we broke. Why did I do that? Well, I actually opened one almost right after we broke with a stop loss very tight just below it. And I opened another one like maybe a couple of minutes later after we really breached a little bit further. So I made about, I'm going to say twice 10%. It's 112.63 and other one is, I don't know, 13, 14 maybe percent. It's somewhere in the middle. There's also some fees which you have to deduct, of course, so I don't have the official net percentage. What I basically did, right, is I bought exactly here with a stop below it because I thought, hey, this is the 4th time we're touching it. If we breach, could be a nice little profit. If we lose, it's a very small loss if you set your stop loss quite tight, which in this case here is often a thing you can do. However, make sure you always put your buy just a little bit higher than the previous ones it's hit, because that has a higher chance of, if you breach it, that you'll continue on. So I just bought it once, and then once we closed this candle, I actually bought another time, which was right around here. And in the end, I got 2 times about a 1% profit, but I opened a 3rd trade, which was right around this area here, somewhere in the middle of this green candle, and I'm buying this one with a stop loss right around here below our orange line, with the idea that we might breach the last Fibonacci level, which is right around here, 58.355 or something like that. Am I sure this is going to happen? No. I can definitely lose this trade. It wouldn't be too crazy. But I've also shown you guys over on Discord here the head and shoulders pattern on Bitcoin. Not going to all go over it in a video. Join the Discord if you want to learn more about that type of stuff. And I'm just thinking that Bitcoin is still generally quite bullish, so I'm not really too worried about taking some risky or even trades in general. By the way, the computer is lagging a little bit. Not too sure what's happening on that front. Hopefully my voice is still being recorded. No idea if you guys are also seeing the lag or if it's just me. I might have to re-record this whole video. This is already take 2. No, but all right. So yeah, it's a little bit laggy. No idea what it is about. I am opening in here where I would usually actually wait for the more important level to kind of confirm. In this case here, I decided to buy a little bit early because the gains are just a lot more if I attempted that way. So usually what I would do is I would actually wait for a breach of this level here, which are the quote unquote more important ones rather than a really short-term level. But again, I'm kind of trying to be a little bit more greedy. And again, in this case, I think I'm going for a full 3.5% profit as a start, where I will most likely close half of my position and then move on to about a 7%er. The reason I don't really want to do that is because that would mean another all-time high. So I might just cut it short at about 3.5% for this trade. But I guess we'll see in just a couple of hours what exactly will happen from that, because I might also be stopped out. It definitely wouldn't be that crazy. Why am I talking to you guys about this strategy though, and do I have any proven track record that it works? Well, I've shown you guys on the channel here every single trade that I have been doing for the last couple of days in regards to Bitcoin specifically, because XRP I've kind of stopped trading here until we breach with severity, which we didn't do. Talk about in just a second. So what has happened is we open a trade right here. The most important points, in my opinion, are these levels right now with Fibonacci. There's a couple other ones, and there's some bigger reason as to why I've chosen these ones for right now. But just by using these ones alone, trust me, it works. All right. So what happened was we breached. We have actually tested it before. It breached. What I did was I wait for a confirming candle. It happened. Boom, I buy, right? With a stop loss, and of course you take profit. What happened is, boom, we got there. I'm waiting for another little entry. We rebound again to the Fibonacci level. You could have actually also decided to buy right here, which would be a breach of the newer Fibonacci level with severity or with confirmation. You would have most likely gotten stopped out, or maybe with a little bit of luck you wouldn't have gotten. And then your second chance could have been to most likely, if you consider this one to be a breach, debatably, get your second chance to buy back in. You would have gotten a little bit of a loss first and then spike upwards. Again, it could have been a 3.5% trade or so. It could have definitely worked, but you'll lose a couple. It will definitely happen. You'll lose a couple. I'm not sure, however, if I took the trade from here to there or from here to here. No, I guess I took the full trade to there. So yeah, I mean, you could have bought in here if you didn't buy at the bottom. It just really depends on how quick you are and how if you're watching the exact market. Then again, I had another one of these. I'm just quickly checking here because it's also been a couple of days for me. I guess I just bought the bottom. I should quickly hide these ones once I'm done potentially, or we could just keep them up here as well. Let me quickly see. I could just hide them once we're done with talking about them so I can see a little bit better. What I believe we did here was actually see a retest from the bottom and attempt a long. Not too sure exactly what we were doing here. There's not really anything showing too closely, so I'm assuming that this was actually a trade on the 15-minute chart that I'm missing right now. Could literally be the case. Again, here we got two more. We actually just bought in because of this bullish move, which we all thought was going to go to all-time high. What I told you guys was we needed one more bounce to the downside, which we got. And from that point forward, I was extremely bullish. And so whenever we got the breach, I decided to buy in. As you can see right here, we took two trades. One just a bigger term after the breach with a confirming candle. I bought in about a 3.5% profit. I think we took that one to about 4%. It worked. And then another internal one. Let's quickly see exactly what that one was. Oh, did we? Where's the other one? There's supposed to be one more here inside, but I guess I'm not exactly sure how to see it over there. It doesn't really matter. And then right now we're doing another trade. Once more, we're going to attempt. I'm not sure if it's going to work at about 3.5%, but we already took ourselves the profit of taking two small trades here. And that's the one thing, guys. If you can get yourself a 1% trade with a 20 times leverage, even 0.5%, it can be good, all right? It's just about managing your risk. As long as you're doing that properly, I really believe that just using these moves and using them with the quote-unquote severity, it will most likely work out. We could have actually done shorts too. Unfortunately, there's no shorts inside here. Not exactly sure why that's the case, because we do shorts pretty often too. I might have just deleted them from this little chart. Too bad, but all right. Because one of the shorts we actually took, I believe, was this one right here. I believe we actually took this one. It's a pretty obvious one too, though, right? You just have a very important level, and once you breach, you buy the confirmation. You could theoretically speaking have already bought once it just got below there because this one touched it, but I wouldn't do that. I would have most likely bought the confirmation, and then again, just ride with the short. Go for about 3.5%. In my opinion, is always going to be juicy. It's just easy to go for. It's 3.5% times 20. Or again, ride for the full 7, but you never really know that for sure. I would have watched out with this Fibonacci extension level because we already tested that a couple of times before. Might have been a big support. You can also see 1, 2. But yeah, we also breached that one. However, we did not get a confirmation, which is why we don't extend on this short. I would have definitely not gone short here. In this case here, you could have actually gone long once more, but that works a little bit differently, right? If you're going upwards, it works differently than when you're going basically downwards. You can see what I'm trying to say, where in this case here, the general trend is upwards. So going for such a way where you're buying with confirmation for a long is pretty nice. If you're trying to do that on the downside where things are generally looking like this, not the smartest move. I'm not really sure I can tell you guys to do that. And then talking about XRP, the reason I've not actually traded that one for right now, not actually buying. And by the way, I'm taking my sweet ass time to talk about it because, man, literally, I think a lot of people can just sit at home, make money, not going to work anymore if they just know what they can see in all of this. And literally, if you want to read or learn, just type it in on freaking Google, man. Pick up a book about trading or just look a couple of courses or videos online for free. And you'll learn, you'll figure it out. You don't have to be freaking 10-year expert to make money with this. It's a bullish crypto market. It is almost impossible to lose money if you think about it a little bit more properly. I'm thinking about making a Patreon purely for my longer term portfolio, but trading advice, that's not my style. I'm not going to give that. I'm just trying to show you guys what my thought process is, so hopefully you can learn something from it or do something with it. Reason I'm not trading XRP is because the only thing I could have done is actually try to get myself a short in here, but I didn't want to. I believe we shorted XRP once a couple of days earlier, could be right around there. However, right now, I'm not feeling too certain to do that. I could have actually shorted with this overextension, but that's all in hindsight, right? It could have also been a move. It could have also been a very big move because the volume was showing, and if you also saw, right before this, we got some pretty huge XRP transfers from Ripple happening, so I wasn't really sure what type of manipulation or what indie manipulation was happening here, but no, we're still trading within the exact same channel which we've been trading in since February 23rd. I'm not really doing anything until we see something happen either to the upside or downside, but we haven't. So I'm just sticking to this one, watching, observing, and going with the flow, guys. I'm not doing anything crazy. And by the way, if you're wondering where I'm doing most of these Bitcoin trades on, I'm using Prime XBT because it doesn't freaking lag. It hasn't really messed me up just quite yet. And I'm pretty excited about them because they have a pretty cool bonus. By the way, if you're from the US, you got to use a VPN. But the reason I'm kind of staying away from Binance a little bit more recently is because they messed me up a couple of times. And if you're trading with margin or you're trading futures, it is very annoying if they ever go down for a little second. But once you see candles like this happening, it's almost a guarantee that Binance is going to shut you out. And you can't really have that when you're trading with with money that you really really don't want to lose in that sense, which you really think you can make a good amount of money with. You just want to get your best entry the quickest. And unless you've put all your variables in before, which I don't, yeah, you can't have those 5 seconds of downtime or 1 minute of downtime. And on Binance, what you often get is like the platform says zero balance and everything, and you just have to keep refreshing. And then after a couple of minutes, you can put in a long or a short. I despise that. So I'm using Prime XBT. They also have a pretty cool deposit bonus. So go check it out. A link is down below. Then I got a couple articles. Ripple price analysis. Can XRP bulls finally break 50 cents? So little fun story is I almost thought that this might have been the XRP breakout that some people were waiting for, finally breaching 50 cents, finally going for it, but it was mostly just fake. Once more, I'm not sure if this was coordinated manipulation by Ripple or what it was, but it's not usual. This isn't really a normal thing. However, regardless of that, if you guys just listen to what I said, if there's no quote-unquote severity behind it, I usually don't go for these breaking moves. This case, you saw a green candle, didn't get a confirming candle afterwards, so I'm not buying that. That's the easiest rule in the book if you want to make money in this one. Once more, not financial advice. I'm just showing you what just works, all right? Simple as that. Some people will try to sell you something ridiculously expensive, $1,000 for some very elaborate trading course where they don't really teach you how to trade, don't really teach you how to make some money in practice or think of a strategy. I'm not showing you here how to build a strategy, nothing like that. Just showing you guys what works for me. It works like a freaking charm. You might say, Dusty, but you messed up a couple of times. Yes, I'll mess up. As long, though, as I'm, for example, taking 3.5% profit with a risk to reward of even 1 or 2, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't even matter if I'm making, I don't know, wins, what do you call that again? Profit 65% of the time. It will work. But that's one thing that people will still hate me for. They always do, though. It's all good. We take it. But yeah, again, we're waiting on XRP. 50 cents, though, we didn't breach it just quite yet. It's still around the corner, but let's wait a little bit further. Talking about Flare, this coin is still surprising me all freaking day. All freaking day, I keep getting surprised by what is happening to this one. If you know why it went up so high, you better let me know, because I really have no freaking clue. Then Charles Hoskinson just said, this is just the beginning. As Coinbase listing helps Cardano become the 3rd largest crypto, I also agree. It's just the start of something bigger. It's not that far just quite yet. There's still a lot to go. I had some more here. I'm not sure exactly. There was a pennant, a bullish pennant for AVA. Didn't really know exactly what I wanted to tell you guys about this one, though, so let's kind of skip that for right now. I'm extremely bullish on some of these DeFi coins. I'm buying AVA, Uniswap, Polkadot is also something I'm buying, by the way, side note. And for Bitcoin, I was just kind of throwing up the question of, did our early support, which we made a line for back in the day, back in January, now is it not acting as a resistance, or is that not something which people would consider valid? All right. Again, fun story is that you can always bring up your own arguments as to why it would count, and somebody else can kind of try to disprove why it would not count. But that's again a question for you guys in the comment section. Would you consider this to be valid, yes or no? And let's move on to the last one. SEC claims XRP is a security due to centralized nature. Just wanted to quickly put my 2 cents in on that as well. I still disagree most wholeheartedly with whatever the SEC is saying, and I'm still, as of this point, not sure, which is pretty funny in my opinion, I'm still not sure why they are doing this and what the whole issue actually is. But then the bigger question comes up, which is, why is the SEC leaving all other cryptos alone? And that's something I'm not really understanding. Why go so hard after Ripple? Are they trying to go for XRP first and then go for others? Or what's their plan? Why did they go so heavy on Ripple after they've been investigating for 7 years right now and leave all the others behind? That's just something which I find interesting. I'm like, if they just go after a ton of cryptos, they might make their case a lot stronger. Because what if they lose this one? Yeah, that wouldn't be too good for them. And then last but not least, go check out GSX. It is the first gold-backed crypto. I personally have a couple $1,000s into it because I'm hoping they can go from right now being a 10 cents coin plus a 7% bonus plus a 5% bonus for using my link to about a $1, $2, $3 coin. I don't think it's going to be that hard because it's the first of its kind, yet you never know. There's always the default risk or the scam risk. I've talked to them a lot. I've seen so many videos of the founder. I've seen so many of their project and inside videos of the mines and stuff like that I'm thinking everything is looking freaking juicy. But if you look around, you Google a little bit, you'll find a couple of negative things. I personally, however, again telling you, have a couple $1,000s into it because I'm trying it out. And I still think it's going to be crazy big, but you're never really certain, all right? I'm personally, once more, going to test it out, going to try it out. But hey, you do you, check it out, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video.